If you're just getting into programming, you probably have heard stories of people taking a 3-month boot camp and making $200K a year as a front-end HTML developer working remotely and living on some tropical island in the Caribbean. Although this can happen sometimes, coding is actually much harder than most gurus make it out to be. It can be a fulfilling career and it pays really well, but there are several things to keep in mind if you're serious about getting into code. First up, programming is hard. I know, shocker, right? It's not all fun and games. You'll hit roadblocks, encounter bugs that make you question your life choices, and spend hours banging your head against the keyboard. Number 2, you'll have to work hard to be successful. Like we said before, programming is hard, and there's no shortcut to mastery. Just like any profession, you need to practice and build up your skills. You'll need to grind through tutorials, documentation, and write endless lines of code. Next, making practical applications is more useful than just practicing a bunch of code. Sure, lead code questions are great for practicing for tech interviews, but can you understand customer requirements? Build an application from scratch and know the process of that inside and out? That's what truly matters. While you're learning to code, it's best to make small apps using the new skills that you learn and gradually improve your apps as you get better at programming and learn new skills. 4. Learning a single language and becoming an expert at programming patterns. Many people will have different opinions on the best programming language to learn if you want to be rich. And while there are some languages that are obsolete and should be avoided, instead of jumping from one language to another, get really good at one. Learning patterns is like the secret sauce to writing efficient, reusable code. Problem solving is the actual skill that employers care most about. Most employers in your tech interview will just have you write pseudocode on a whiteboard. So knowing the syntax of a language isn't as important as being able to problem solve and knowing design patterns. Stop watching tutorials and write code yourself. Tutorials are great for learning, but you need to put what you learn into practice. Get your hands dirty. Write code, make mistakes. You don't learn how to play piano by watching other people play piano. You learn by watching what the pianist does and then doing it yourself. And it's the same with code. 6. Prioritize your health. The developer lifestyle can be inherently unhealthy. You're sitting for long hours, staring at screens, and possibly surviving off of caffeine and snacks. Make an effort to move, eat right, and take care of yourself. Your mental health is also important, so get plenty of sunlight, get plenty of rest, and hang out with your friends and family. 7. Use the Feynman technique when you're learning new skills. This technique was developed by a well-known physicist named Richard Feynman, and he developed this process as an efficient way to learn new things, and it follows these 4 steps. Number 1, choose a topic. Number 2, explain it to a 12-year-old. Number 3, reflect, refine, and simplify your process. Number 4, organize and review. This technique forces you to take something that you're learning and try to teach it to someone else, and it ends up working very well. When you're teaching someone else, you're forced to simplify it in such a way that the other person and you will understand it. 8. Ensure your projects can be done quickly to spark that dopamine hit in your brain and get a feeling of accomplishment. This will keep you motivated and help you stick with coding over the long haul, which is very important. 9. Don't overwork yourself. Burnout is real and it's dangerous. Be sure to keep your hobbies and relationships alive in order to avoid getting burnt out for coding. Balance is key, so be sure that you're not spending too much of your time behind the computer screen. And that's it for today's Dose of Reality. Programming's tough, but with the right mindset and habits, you'll not only survive in this field, but you'll thrive. Smash that like button if you found this useful, and subscribe for more straight-up programming truths. Till next time, keep coding and stay sane.